Grand Tetons are some of the most dramatic and iconic peaks in all of North America. Their rugged beauty attract visitors and hikers from all across the globe. Today I am taking you with me on one of the most incredible hikes I have ever been on. A journey through the heart of Tetons through glacier-carved canyons past towering granite peaks, fields of colorful wildflowers, and over the highest alpine pass in the park, the Paintbrush Divide at over 10,700 feet. This hike is certainly not a walk in the park. At over 20 miles and 4,000 feet of elevation, it takes determination, strength, and a will to push yourself. But the views that await you throughout this hike are nothing short of magical.
Wow, look at the scenery, the Grand Teton being lit up yet again by the amazing sunrise here in a national park. Today I am going on one of my toughest adventures, a 20-mile hike via the Paintbrush Canyon all the way to Lake Solitude, and then we'll come back through the Cascade Canyon. It's gonna be a long day, it's gonna be a fun day. I hope to see many wildflowers, animals, and incredible views. For the last mile and a half, I've been following along this string, and then we just looped around Lee Lake, which is the second of the lake, and we just made a turn left into the Paintbrush Canyon. But as you guys just saw, I stumbled upon a deer that was right on the trail, so I gave it a little bit of time to move it along. But that's the first animal sighting of today. We're finally out of the tree line a little bit, so I can finally show you the canyons that are starting to surround me on both of the sides. So this one you can see clearly. There's also mountains on the other side of me. Now the Paintbrush Canyon, do you guys know why it's called that? It's because the amount of wildflowers that can be found here, such as this one. Take a look at this beautiful red flower. And as I continue my hike, there's variety of flowers. Yellow, purples, whites, violet, purples. Everything like a rainbow. So I'm very excited because the last time I was here in August when I was hiking the Cascade Canyon, there was so many wildflowers. It was like a carpet of wildflowers surrounding us. So I'm very excited. The day is young and I've only been hiking for about an hour and a half at this point. Wow, what an amazing place. I just got out of the tree line and the canyon opened up. Incredible. You can still see some patches of snow. It is July tomorrow, so the snow is almost gone. There is not a single person that I encountered along the trail, and we are heading deeper into it. I am so excited. This is giving me the Cascade Canyon vibes. Wow, I had to stop to show you guys. I just came from down there by the creek and I came into the view of these beautiful mountains. So you could see the waterfall flowing from one of these mountains. One of these is called Mount Rockchuck and the other one is called Mount St. John. And we are heading on this trail on the side of the mountain straight over there to the Paintbrush Divide. The scenery changes yet again. Take a look. Now there's a lot of boulders here, and I assume that's from the Ice Age when the glaciers melted and brought all the rocks downstream, creating this canyon, and eventually the glaciers melted into what is now Lee Lake. I just had a quick break. I'm full, got plenty of energy. We're gonna continue on. Our next stop is going to be Holly Lake. This is Holly Lake. It's on the way to the Paintbrush Divide, which is behind that mountain right there. It takes us to the other side into the Cascade Canyon. Now when you decide to do a backpacking trip, either over 2 or 3 days, people like to stop here at Holly Lake because it is so picturesque, so beautiful. It's quite windy up here. There's nobody around, and there's still lots of snow. So I don't believe people start camping here until late July, maybe August. To get out of the Holly Lake, I had to scramble up patches of snow, so I couldn't really record. And now going up the Paintbrush Divide is proving to be one of the most difficult tests of the entire hike. As you can see, I am not on a designated trail right now. That's because I'm trying to avoid some of the snows of patches because the trail continues on the snow. And I didn't bring my micro spikes, so I'll be slipping all over. So I'm trying to make it as least hard on myself as possible. And the views around me, you guys can see, are amazing. We are almost there. The Paintbrush Divide is right up there. Little bit of rock scramble. There was no way I was coming this far to stop this way. We finally reached the Paintbrush Divide at 10,770 feet. Views all the way around, and there's some yellow wildflowers. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna go to the other overlook and show you guys all the beautiful mountains surrounding here. Wow! I am surrounded by a field of wildflowers. We got the pinks and the light blue. We got the yellow and the dark blue and the beautiful mountains that surround me. It was a hard hike getting up here, over 4,000 feet of elevation, but it was so worth it. And from this point on, we're gonna be going downwards. And the first major stop is gonna be Lake Solitude, which I'm hoping to take a dip in. When I first came here 3 years ago, I had no idea that there's a path that takes you all the way up. You see that pointy peak? That's where I came from, back from the Paintbrush Divide. Now there's a lot of switchback, and I would not want to be doing this hike starting from the Cascade Canyon. Although there is a lot of elevation gain starting from the Paintbrush Canyon, I think it was a lot better, and then coming back down through the Cascade Canyon. Now I just arrived at Lake Solitude. Solitude, not a single person around, surrounded by the beautiful mountains. But unfortunately, as I see, the lake is still frozen. It is July 1st, so I won't be swimming, but I will be taking a break, taking in the views, and just enjoying my lunch here. When I first came here 3 years ago in late August, none of this snow was already here. It was all thawed. So from this rock, everybody was jumping into the water, which was what I was hoping to do today. But nonetheless, it's still beautiful. You can see the beautiful blue colors of the ice right underneath the lake. It's so beautiful. It's a little bit windy. It's getting a little bit cold. You guys can see the Lake Solitude here. It's completely frozen. It's starting to thaw out though. And then the Grand Teton looking at us right over there, the majestic Grand Teton, the Middle Teton, and I believe that's the Mount John. Wow, that was beautiful. And as I was snacking, a family of marmots, there's 3 of them. I think the black one was the dad, the light brown one, the bigger one was the mom, and then there was a little one running around. They came looking for food, but unfortunately I don't feed wildlife. It's just against my rules. We are now heading towards the Cascade Canyon, so we'll be descending down into that beautiful canyon. On some parts of the trail, such as right here, the trail is completely flooded as the ice is melting and follows downstream. So this is why it's imperative that you bring waterproof shoes. But today's hike, the weather overall, the overcast throughout the day has been spectacular, because on a hot day with all the snow reflecting off the ground, it wouldn't have been pleasant. Although as you can see by my face, I'm so red. Forgot to put sunscreen this morning. But we are almost into the Cascade Canyon. About 2 more miles and then the Cascade Canyon will start. This is the heart of the Cascade Canyon, and also my favorite part, because here I am surrounded by the beautiful mountains on each side. You can see the Grand Teton, Mount Owen, and the Middle Teton. Also in the back you could see Tiwinat Mountain. They're all peaks over 12,000 feet. But on the other side, there are some very colorful mountains which are also pretty. And take a look from the Grand Teton. You can see a waterfall flowing through. Early in the summer, all the waters are just gushing through, so you're bound to see more waterfalls. it got a little bit chillier, but that is because I just arrived at the Hidden Falls. Look at these beauties, 100-foot tall cascades. So the water that flows through this waterfall comes from Solitude Lake that flows through the Cascade Canyon and gives us this spectacle right before it spills out into Jenny Lake. What a day. There was times where I thought I would not finish the hike, especially going up the Paintbrush Divide. It was such a difficult, mental, challenging, but I did it. I'm so glad I went because everything I saw along the way, the animals, the wildflowers, the mountains, the lakes, the waterfalls, the list goes on. If you guys ever planning to do this hike, start early, plan ahead, bring plenty of snacks along the way because this is a hard, long hike. It took me about 15 hours and I'm still not close to the car. I have about 2 miles left. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will make another video showing you guys top things to do here in Grand Teton National Park, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye bye.